Did you know that two of the biggest sports brands in the world started from the same family? But their founders didn't speak to each other for the rest of their lives. This isn't just the story of two brands, it's the story of a family fight. In the early 1900s, in a small German town, two brothers lived there. Their names were Adi Dassler and Rudolf Dassler. They were brothers, but they were very different people. Adi was quiet. He spent most of his time designing and making shoes. He cared a lot about details and quality. Rudolf was the opposite. He was social, confident, and very good at talking to people. He knew how to sell a product. Because of these differences, they decided to work together. They opened a small shoe workshop and they named it Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. At first, it worked really well. Slowly, their shoes were no longer sold only in their town. People in other cities started buying them. Athletes liked the shoes. Their name spread by word of mouth and orders increased. The small workshop began to grow and real success was starting to show. The big turning point came in 1936 at the Olympic Games. Several athletes competed wearing shoes made by Adi and they won medals. From that moment, the Dassler brothers were no longer just local shoemakers. People started paying attention. But as success grew, pressure grew too. Each brother had a different vision for the future. Adi focused on making better shoes, but Rudolf focused on selling more and expanding faster. This is when the first real conflicts began. A few years later, World War II began and everything changed. Their factory was no longer only about sports shoes. The German government asked them to work for the army. That's why most orders became government orders. The business environment became tense and stressful. Rudolf became more involved in politics and administration. Adi focused on keeping the factory running. Over time, Rudolf started to feel that Adi was making decisions behind his back, only for his own benefit. This feeling may not have been true, but this is where suspicion started. One night during a bombing, both brothers and their families were in a shelter. In that moment, a sentence was said. Later, Rudolf understood it in this way, that Adi only cared about saving himself and his family, and he didn't care about other people. No one ever proved what Adi really meant, or what the exact words were. But for Rudolf, that moment was enough. He believed his brother had betrayed him. After that, their relationship completely broke down. It was no longer just disagreements. Distrust affected everything. Every decision in the factory looked suspicious to Rudolf. Adi also felt he could no longer work with his brother. This is when they decided to separate. After the decision, the factory was officially divided. Workers had to choose which brother they would stay with. This choice wasn't just about work, it changed their social lives too. Each brother built his own factory on different sides of the town. The town slowly became divided. Cafes, shops, and even friendships split into two sides. People would look at your shoes before even saying hello. Adi created his own brand and named it after himself, Adidas. He focused on professional athletes. Quality, performance, and winning competitions mattered most to him. Rudolf created his brand and named it Puma. Unlike Adi, Rudolf focused on competition and growth. He wanted faster success and more visibility and a bigger market share. From this point on, the competition was no longer personal. It became a brand competition. Both brands wanted their shoes on the feet of the world's best athletes. Football, the Olympics, global competitions, every win for one brand felt like a loss for the other. The brothers' fight had become global. In the end, both brands became hugely successful. Adidas and Puma turned into global names known by millions of people around the world. But behind that success, there was a broken relationship. Adi and Rudolf never made peace. Even after death, they were buried in the same cemetery, but far away from each other.